Now, this is a demand for non-payment of rent. Here, rent is alleged to be $274. Mr. Spiegel, what's the status here?
Your Honor, current rent owing through the end of February would be $2,117.
So your contention is your rent should be free because you lost your job and haven't found a new job.
But the thing is I gave them my, because I'm subsidizing, I gave Kim Bailey and Kathy my paperwork stating that I got fired. I put it in writing that I, lost my job. So I shouldn't even had been charged.
Your rent should have been zero because you're subsidized.
Am I, I'm subsidized.
All right, well, let's ask your financial advisor to stay quiet in the background. That isn't clear that you automatically get free rent for 6 or 8 months because you lose your job.
This is an update to a ridiculous landlord-tenant dispute from last month. In our previous upload, we introduced you guys to an unemployed lazy Karen, who was embroiled in a heated battle over rent payments. A dispute fueled by entitlement and a sense of unjustified privilege. The defendant, having lost her job, asserted that she should not be burdened with rent payments, obnoxiously insisting that it was now the responsibility of the American taxpayer to basically fund her entire lifestyle for all intensive purposes. Despite having her rent subsidized to a mere $275 per month. As tensions simmered and arguments flared, Judge Middleton ordered a continuance, promising a resolution in due time. Now, after weeks of anticipation, the courtroom awaits Judge Middleton's decision. Will the Honorable Judge uphold the principles of this contractual obligation? Will he rule in favor of the leasing agency, ensuring fair compensation for the landlord, and justice for the American taxpayers, if we are being totally honest about what is really going on? Or will he grant leniency to the defendant, allowing her to continue living rent-free at the expense of all us hardworking citizens? It's time to find out.
Good afternoon, Mr. Spiegel.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Everyone is here. I appreciate it. Right on the tick. Let me call the case. This is entitled Enchanted Glen Apartments, Enchanted Glen Management versus Selena Robinson. Mr. Nicholas Spiegel is here on behalf of Enchanted Glen, and someone is here in the background from Enchanted Glen. Selena Robinson is here, and Meg Bauer is here from Legal Aid, who filed an appearance on behalf of Ms. Robinson. We were originally here in this matter as a non-payment of rent case on February the 9th. Plaintiff alleged at that time that the arrearage was $1,859.03 plus $258.55 in costs, for a total of $2,117.58 through February. There were some issues about how that arrearage was calculated, and the plaintiff alleged that some money had also been forgiven or just written off by WOTA management. So we had another hearing on February 16th and inched a little closer to the finish line, but we didn't get there. At that time, the amount due was $1,579.58. There was still a contest about how the arrearage was calculated and what it was. So I set the matter for hearing today. We blocked out 90 minutes. Parties indicated they would continue to work on the case and see if they could come to an agreed upon figure. Just before you logged in, Mr. Spiegel, Ms. Bauer indicated that you guys have worked out a potential conditional order of dismissal. Do you agree with that?
I believe we have, Your Honor, yes.
All right, who wants to tell me the terms?
I'll go ahead and give it a crack, and Ms. Bauer can correct me if I state it wrong, but the parties have agreed after some good discussion between the counsel that the rent to retain possession is going to be set at $10.8803. Court costs
through February or through March?
Through March, Your Honor. We're calling that somewhat. This was one of the ones that the rent is actually stopped as far as accruing.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is all back, really all back rent we're talking about here. Court costs of $238.55. for a total of $1326.58. That's going to be paid as follows, Your Honor. A third of that's going to be paid on or before April 15. Next third being due May 15, and the final third being due on June 15. And that would then pay off the back balance completely by that point. If for some reason there's a default at some point, the management could apply for, with an affidavit of default, apply to reinstate the case, entry of judgment, and writ without further proceeding. Also recalling there is a money judgment in this case sought. It would be for the same amount, would enter at that time, less any monies paid to that point.
Ms. Bauer, you agree with those numbers
I do agree with those numbers.
and the other terms and conditions?
I just want to check on that supplemental complaint. So Attorney Spiegel, I'll have to modify what I just sent you a second ago, but
Yeah, that's okay. I anticipate actually this would take a day or two for you to get something together and shoot it over anyway, so that's fine.
so
Ms. Robinson, did you hear everything that was said?
Yeah,
We've agreed on the arrearage of $1,088.03. I'm not sure exactly from when to when. WODA excuse some, then some continue to accrue. Your rent is now zero. Theoretically, the plaintiff could ask for you to be removed within 10 days, pay this entire amount, or you're subject to eviction within 10 days. They've elected not to do that. They've done this agreement where you pay 1/3, 1,326.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I just didn't run the math on that. Sorry.
Divided by 0.333 equals about $398 a month. So call it about $400. So that's not right.
plus court costs. So Ms. Robinson discussed a payment of $443 each month.
443. Do you understand, Ms. Robinson?
yeah.
The United States does not negotiate with terrorists. It's been our bedrock principle for 25 years.
And you make one payment April 15th, one payment on or before May 15th, and one payment on or before June 15th, and you'll be back to square one. If you don't, the plaintiff can file an affidavit indicating that the agreement has not been agreed with, ask for reopening the case and a writ of eviction. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And if
Yes.
there's anything left unpaid, it would be part of a money judgment. Do you expect a tax refund or anything?
No.
That sometimes helps tenants and landlords at this time of year. Who's going to do the order? Meg, you're going to do it?
I think we'll submit a stipulated order.
Correct, you're right.
All right. Meg and Nicholas will submit a stipulated order. All right, that gives you 3 months. It's substantially lower than what we started at, which was 2,117.
Yeah, part of that is I was running the rent forward and I had missed the nuance that Ms. Robinson pointed out and Ms. Bauer pointed out a couple of things, and that's, yeah, we were able to come to that number.
I wonder if we might just have a moment of silence.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
All right, everybody's in agreement on the record. I'll await that order. I'll sign it. Ms. Robinson, hopefully you can make these obligations for the next 3 months. And go, now, nothing prohibits you from paying this early if you want to just get this over with, but as long as you make each of those monthly installments of approximately $443, that would resolve this matter. All right, I'll await the order. Anything else we need to place on the record?
I don't think so.
Judge, may I briefly inquire of Ms. Robinson?
Yes.
Ms. Robinson, do you understand that by entering this agreement, you're giving up your right to have the judge make a decision on this case?
Yes.
And are you entering this agreement freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Do you have any concerns about the representation you've received throughout the course of this case that you would like to make the court aware of?
No.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you all. You're all good to go. And I'll see you next time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Thanks, Nick.
All comments, viewpoints, interpretations, and insights expressed in this video are for education and entertainment purposes. All individuals featured in the video are to be presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Please do not attempt to contact, locate, or engage with any individuals featured in the video.